Hello, my name is Ilona and it is Tuesday, November 8th, 2022, a very, very important date. We've got the midterms, although I think we'll just have to wait until when everything will come out and what the end result will be. So we'll have to wait for that. Of course, we are in the Netherlands. There is a time difference and I believe there is a lot of there's a lot of counting votes and it can take some time. Also, Mr. T made a very interesting announcement at his rally yesterday that he's making an announcement on November the 15th at Mar-a-Lago. It's very interesting. I also saw that it was everywhere around the news, in newspapers here in the Netherlands, and I think it's everywhere around the world that he's making an announcement on November 15th. So we'll have to wait and see what that's about. Of course, what's going to happen now with the midterms. So that's going to be very interesting. First thing I wanted to look at was David Icke. I got a lot of questions about what that was about. Was it the dark energies? Was it the white hats? Or what kind of energy was behind it? The fact that he couldn't enter the Netherlands. We had a manifestation on Sunday here and he was going to speak there. It's going to do a speech, but he wasn't allowed to enter the Netherlands and he is not allowed to enter 26 other, total of 26 European countries. They are all part of the Treaty of Schengen. So he is not allowed to enter, which is very interesting. This made headlines everywhere. A lot of people suddenly heard about David Icke. So it was very, very interesting, especially here in Europe. The borders are open wide. Anyone can come in except David Icke. Very interesting. And this mostly had to do with the fact that, of course, the authorities are very afraid of what he had to say. The media was on top of this, claiming all these things about him, which just aren't true. I have to say I've read a couple of his books. He really helped me waking up in certain areas. I resonate with a lot of his stuff, not everything. So everyone has to make his own decisions if David Icke resonates or not. But he's really been working on this for a very, very long time and really speaking about all kinds of things. And I could really recommend to read a few books of his. He has very interesting ideas and you can make up your mind what resonates with you or not. But I'm going to look at David Icke. To me, it felt like the dark energies obviously locked him out, but it felt to me like the white hats let it happen, so to speak, because look at what's happening. Like a lot of people suddenly heard about David Icke. I don't think they would have ever heard about him. And the fact that he cannot enter. And like I've mentioned before, everything is open wide here in Europe, especially in the Netherlands. Anyone can come in, except David Icke. Well, the first card I got was the Seven of Swords. This is like they thought they could get away with it. But I'm going to show the other cards first. The central card is the Two of Cups. The card in the past is the High Priest. The card underneath the Two of Cups is the Ten of Cups. Then I got two cards at once, which is the Lover's card and the Tower. And this is for the future, near future. And I got the Empress. Very interesting to me. So this is actually a very positive energy. But in the past, I do believe that the darker energies were not very happy with David Icke in general. They've tried to, of course, ignore him or just, the things they come up with now, if you can just see all the claims they have about him, it's just nonsense. But they thought they could get away with it. They didn't think it was going to be such a humongous thing. And I think the white hats let this happen. They thought, perfect. Let people see what's really going on. And like I've mentioned before, it's a bit strange that someone, just because they have a different point of view, is not allowed to speak in Amsterdam. Although they did transmit his speech. He actually sent, I believe, a video speech, very important speech. It's been on a couple of Telegram channels. So I do suggest you watch that if you have time for that. To the Netherlands, and he's talking about a lot of interesting things. So actually they just emphasized everything, and I think that was the intention of the white hats, because now a lot of people have heard now finally about David Icke and maybe even start researching him, like what is he saying, who is this man, what is this about. And this is really about healing. That may sound very strange, but I do believe that has to do with healing, with connecting, because a lot of people did show up on Sunday, even though the weather was horrible here in the Netherlands, but people connect, and that's so important. That's so important right now. People are starting to see through things. This is really about connection. This is about standing up for themselves, for everyone around them, for truth, for freedom, and that's really important. We should be open to different kinds of opinions. We should have the right to come together and to listen to someone, and this person should be able to come into the Netherlands or any other country in Europe that is part of this treaty. He should be allowed to travel. They should not have any influence, but they are scared. They are frightened. They were trying to get away with some things. And as you can see, it was quite a shock, I think, for the media. They were really on top of it. I do believe that the dark energies were not happy at all, but it just shows their fear. So that's very interesting. And people can now make choices. Are they going to read something of David Icke? Are they going to do some research? Because some people won't, but a lot of people finally heard about them, and probably people even in the truth community. I'm sure there were some people who have not heard about David Icke, and he's got some very interesting information. So this opens up things, this connects people, and then we get to this beautiful card, this female principle. This is about connection, connecting with God, connecting with your soul, connecting with people around you, connecting as humanity. And I think that's very important. This all got people together, connecting. Very important. This is also about healing, about understanding what's going on. And so this showed something very, very important. And they were hoping, the dark energies were hoping they could get away with it, but I don't think they did. But they were quite shocked. And this is very interesting because the second card reading I did was something else I saw in the Dutch media. And they were actually, this is from the Dutch newspaper AD, that certain theories could lead to how do you say this? Some kind of attack in the Netherlands. This is from the Nationaal Coördinator Terrorismebestrijding en Veiligheid. I hope I can get through this in this. There are some words that YouTube will respond to it, but this is the National Coordinator of certain safety. They look at in the Netherlands if there are certain threats. And they are now naming people that are against the government as threats. And they see them as not only just about the government, that there's a certain elite apparently pulling the strings, but that they are also involved with the farmers and things like that. So this is very, in a way, tells me everything, that they are terrified. This is about the truth of community. That's what they're talking about. And they look at us like we are a threat and we are this dangerous group who is going to be awful to the Netherlands and we have to watch out for them. This shows to me they are terrified. And that shows that they are really in a panic. They don't have control anymore. They're trying to divide and conquer. But I just wanted to take a look what the cards would say about this. And the first card I got was the Queen of Cups. We have the Empress as the central card. We have the Ten of Swords in the past. We've got the Ace of Pentacles, which is a yes to that they are terrified. And then we have the Chariot and the Seven of Pentacles for the near future. And again, we have this beautiful energy of the Empress. They are terrified of us because we are aware of what is important, that we need to connect with this female sacred principle, and that we have to connect with our emotions, our feelings, our intuition, with God, because that is so important. We have to balance between the female principle and the masculine principle. Very important. Shouldn't be one, should be emphasized. We need to balance them both. But because we are more connected, I can feel it, just the different energy, and especially in the truther community, there is more connection between people trying to work with themselves, with their energies, with getting connected to their intuition, to their soul again. And that terrifies them. They are terrified of us connecting. They are terrified of our strength. They are terrified of our power, that we can change things. And we are. There is a change. Energetically, there's already a change. And the Ace of Pentacles is a change, new beginning, and we're going to see it. And I don't think we have to wait too long for it, because pretty much we're fed up. This group of people, we are fed up with the old systems. It has to go. It's done. And we are going to move ahead. Chariot, we are going to move away from it. It will take time, but we are really ready to start controlling our own destiny, our own life, our own way of how we want to see the world around us. We are really going to step into our power, and it terrifies them. So they have to destroy that. They have to try to divide and conquer. And it's really, to be very honest, I just have to laugh about this, that this is like news. This is in a quite well-known newspaper, that they're terrified. And I saw more articles about this, that apparently they are terrified that the Truth community, who thinks, of course, and knows, but we know there is a group of people, and even beyond that, trying to control us, really trying to work their way and really make slaves of us. That's what they want. They ultimately want us fused with technology, transhumanism, and they want to fully control us and hack us, so we have no thoughts of our own, no feelings of our own. We will just be like some working droids, so to speak, and we'll just do what they want us to do, because they want to live off our energy. They don't want us to, oh, there goes the Empress, but they don't want us to start using our own energy and really gain control over it. So we start to work with our own energy, what we want. So far, they've been trying to program us. They've been doing this for centuries. They really are working towards this plan, and it's failing. It's failing miserably. And that's why they're doing these frightful techniques. You can just feel the fear in them. They're losing control. And I'm for it. To be very honest, I'm quite happy to read that. It just made me smile, because that's how they want to create some kind of fear, and it's not going to work, because usually they would just ignore us, not pay any attention to us. But now they're shining a light on us, so more and more people are becoming aware. So I'd like to leave it at this, and I hope to see you in another video. Bye.